Hey guys, I'm meteorologist Alexandra Cranford getting you a quick look at what to expect with Tropical Storm Beta, which we have been tracking for a few days now, and you can see how messy it is. There is still rain, especially south of our South Louisiana coastline, but notice that there's not a lot of structure. We're seeing clouds kind of just fizzling out around the very center, and we're not seeing it strengthen because of dry air and some strong shear, and I'll get to that in a bit. But you can see that there are some higher cloud tops actually way removed, not near the Texas coast, but actually closer to the New Orleans and South Louisiana coast as we move into late Sunday night. So latest as of 10 p.m. I just wanted to point out it doesn't look very organized. Officially, the wind's still at 60 miles per hour, but notice the difference in the forecast path. Movement, by the way, just about the same as earlier today, but the path now has it weakening as it approaches the South Texas coast, maybe with a landfall as perhaps a storm of 50 or so miles per hour for sustained winds near the Texas coast for Monday afternoon or evening, and then it may kind of hover here and drop to a tropical depression. So this is a new thing in the National Hurricane Center forecast path as of just a few minutes ago. They have it as a depression now by Tuesday, maybe in the second part of the day. So we've been saying for a while that it did look weak. It had a ton of dry air to deal with. The shear for a long time was making it completely asymmetrical, and now we're seeing it not very strong on Sunday night. So we will still have effects from Beta. A lot of people will have effects, but a good thing is that it doesn't look like it's strengthening a lot more, and in fact it might weaken as it approaches the Texas coast. After that, it is forecast to move across probably just inland, but maybe getting back over into the extreme northwestern Gulf of Mexico and just take this path off to the northeast, so that as we move into late Wednesday and into Thursday, there will still be low pressure here. There will still be tropical moisture, but we probably won't see an organized or developed system anymore by that point. And it will probably disintegrate into a depression and then just a remnant low. High pressure is building in to make it go in this west-northwest direction it has been headed in, but then a trough of low pressure will build in and direct it out to the northeast. And that will also, the winds with that, kind of aid in helping it to, well, aid in its weakening as it gets into the end of the week too, and really even middle of the week, Tuesday into Wednesday. Again, it might be falling apart by then. And even tonight, you can see the clouds, you can see sort of this structure, and there is some rain, especially over to kind of the Corpus Christi area, but most of the rain with this is way removed and actually south of our coastline here in southeast Louisiana. So we did have that weird day today. It was wintry, it was kind of cool. Our high was 73 in New Orleans this afternoon. It was gray and we had the sprinkles. We had also the windy conditions. So to me, maybe to you, the words did come out of my mouth. It's chilly. I think it's chilly. You may have said the same thing, but we of course aren't super cold, but we did get the effects in really that way as far as everything felt today. And then now, as of Sunday night, we have the rain along the coast, but thankfully it's been pretty manageable so far. Now, Buras today has gotten almost 2 inches of rain, but other spots like the New Orleans airport, the Lakefront airport, barely a tenth of an inch, even though it was kind of sprinkling all day for the first part of the day at least. We just didn't rack up a lot of rain because it was so light. Slidell about 1/4 of an inch, Baton Rouge 1/4 of an inch, Bogalusa less than that, Hammond and Gulfport less than a 1/2 inch. So here's what to expect as we get into tonight. We may have some continued showers tomorrow, Tuesday, and into Wednesday. I would still plan for some rain in the area, probably that light rain for many of us, but there could be some pockets of heavy rain. And we've been talking about the potential for some of that you see south of our coast to maybe spread inland into maybe Monday night or Tuesday. So that's kind of the thing we're still watching as far as the heavy rain threat goes. So we will have to watch that through Wednesday. The coastal flooding that is happening right now will continue for the next couple of days. Tides 2 to 3 feet or so above normal along those coastlines. Gray, breezy, and mild conditions continuing in the 60s and 70s. And it will continue windy. A wind advisory goes through tomorrow evening at this point. And then it looks like by Tuesday into Wednesday, it'll still be breezy, but winds won't be quite as high as they are right now. Also, if you were interested in this little area of swirly clouds over Florida, we were kind of highlighting that. The National Hurricane Center started highlighting it today. As of this evening, it looks like it has a near 0% chance of development. We weren't expecting this to develop. This was something that was highlighted by the National Hurricane Center, and it looks like it will move probably to the west, bringing in some moisture into the northern Gulf. But the winds, it looks like at that point, will be too strong and really will not be able to see this develop. We weren't really expecting it to. So just wanted to put your mind at ease. At this point, it does not look like this is going to develop. You might have seen that pop up on your phone or something and went, oh my gosh, no. But thankfully, it doesn't look like that'll be a threat to our area at all. So as we look at the Atlantic, by the way, also, before I get a little bit more into detail with Beta, we do have Teddy out here. Sometimes in our normal newscast, we have such a tight time that we can't even get to a lot of the stuff going on in the Atlantic because there's just a lot of stuff to talk about at this time of year. But Teddy is probably going to pass just east of Bermuda. It was a Category 3, is now a Cat 2 storm, and it may eventually wind up bringing rain possibly into Nova Scotia or Newfoundland by the middle of this week. Wilfred is no more. Wilfred has fallen apart. It is just a wave, an open area of low pressure, so it's not a tropical system anymore. And then there is one more area by the Azores, and that one looks like it has a medium chance of development. And if it did develop, it would get the name Gamma. Yes, we are going further into the Greek alphabet. So we have Alpha and Beta. The next one would be Gamma. So back to southeast Louisiana, what to expect. There's a flash flood watch south of the lake for 3 to 5 inches of rain, and it looks like that might be what we do see. We could see a bit less than that if we don't get some of those really heavy bands over some areas. It could be a bit more than that. So just one outlook. Here's the GFS showing maybe 3 inches or so by Tuesday night, but then all the way through Friday, it paints in a little bit more rain because we're going to continue with this probably through Wednesday, but then a few more showers Thursday and Friday. So just be prepared for rain this week. As we look at our coastal flood warning and advisory area, it's pretty much all of our shorelines with these strong easterly winds. Tides will be continuing to run maybe 2 to 3 feet above normal. We're not expecting it a whole lot higher than that, maybe a bit above 3 feet, especially for some parts around Shell Beach and parts of St. Bernard. And so we could see that. But at this point, it looks like that's what we're expecting for maybe the next couple of days. Here are the sustained winds, and here are the wind gusts up to 47 miles per hour recorded not long ago at Port Fourchon. Other spots about 30 mile per hour gusts, and that wind advisory is for winds continuing about 25 to maybe 30 or 35 miles per hour and gusting closer to 35 and 40 miles per hour. And that would be through tomorrow evening at this point. So in New Orleans, it's been a great day. Again, our temperatures in the 60s north of the lake and south of the lake in the low 70s right now. Here is water vapor imagery in the mid-levels of the atmosphere. All of this red and orange is just dry air surrounding almost completely Beta at this point, and it has been way off to the north and especially on the western side, and it's now kind of getting wrapped in, so that's part of why we're seeing it weaken so much. So tonight we'll have a few showers. It'll be windy, temperatures in the 60s to low 70s, and then tomorrow still an overcast, windy kind of day with that sort of not very September-y New Orleans feel. Highs may only be about 74 or 75, and we do still have a decent chance for rain in the daytime hours into tomorrow and into Tuesday and Wednesday. So I think that'll do it for this Facebook Live. Just wanted to get you the latest on Beta's track. Again, the big key notes for the 10 p.m. advisory are its weakening forecast numbers for the intensity. As we've been talking about, it looks like it will probably not strengthen anymore. Now it's looking like it might even weaken, and we saw models doing that as well. So that would be before a landfall somewhere along the Texas coast late tomorrow on Monday. Then kind of hovering there, becoming a depression maybe by Tuesday, and still continuing to bring southeast Louisiana effects, though, in the way of rain, wind, coastal flooding, and that generally not very September feel that we'll have at least through Wednesday. So we're on late on WWL tonight. If you guys want to join us, I think we're on about 10:50. So hope you can turn on your TV and watch us on Channel 4. We'll have a lot of coverage of different things along with our weather by then. Also, we'll have tons of stuff on our app and on WWLTV.com and lots through the week as well. So I hope you guys have a good week and stay up with the forecast, as things could still change a little bit, but this is how it's looking as of late Sunday night. So have a good week, guys. Hope to see you at 10:50 or so on Channel 4.